will take center stage. The Tennessee Titans, regulars in the playoffs the last couple years, looking to make that next step and become Super Bowl contenders. They're jogging out onto the field. Time now for our training camp spotlight presented by Audi, and we welcome back our Andrew Hawkins and Hawk Julio Jones, one of the blockbuster acquisitions of the entire offseason. A.J. Brown recruited him hard to Tennessee, and John Robinson went out and got him. What does this mean for this offense? What does this mean for Derrick Henry?
This means balance is what this means, right? I mean, you had teams putting 8 guys in the box to try to stop Derrick Henry all the way into the playoffs. We watch how the Baltimore Ravens were able to beat them in the playoffs by just keying on the run game. Now, A.J. Brown is an incredible receiver in his own right, but you add Julio Jones to the mix, how do you double team either one of those sides? And then also, how do you stack the box against Derrick Henry? So I think what you'll see is a more balanced attack on offense, but it will help Derrick Henry because he won't have to carry as much of the load as he's had to over the last couple of seasons.
And on the other side of that transaction, the Falcons said goodbye to Julio Jones, obviously starting the Kyle Pitts era, drafting him as high as he did. Calvin Ridley has shown flashes over the years. What do you make of Matt Ryan's weapons that are left there in Atlanta?
You know, that was one of those rare trades where I feel like there was value on both sides. I mean, the Falcons, it was tough for them to say goodbye to Julio Jones, but for what they got in return, I mean, the Titans got better, and I think Calvin Ridley is one of the most underrated wide receivers in the National Football League. His route running, his ability to get open, his ability to catch down the field, and he was able to take that load on when there was times in Julio's absence. So I think he's a great #1 option. Kyle Pitts being flexed out to wide receiver / tight end is going to give them another option. So will they be as explosive? It'll take time to get there. And Arthur Smith is used to having Derrick Henry in the backfield. Michael Davis will have to, come through and carry the load that way. But I think overall, the Falcons offense is going to be a lot better than people suspect.
Arthur Smith is expected to make his head coaching debut tonight. Not expected, he is going to make his debut. We are expecting to see Kyler Murray under center tonight when the Cardinals host the Cowboys. Kyler Murray entering his 3rd season, looking to take that next step into the elite quarterback category and prove everybody right when he was chosen as the #1 overall pick in 2019. Justin Fields, a first-rounder, has been getting some joint practices in against the Miami Dolphins. They'll play tomorrow, kicking off our quadruple header at 1 o'clock Eastern, live from Chicago. There it is, our entire lineup. Broncos, Vikings, Browns, Jaguars, and Chargers, Rams. First time we're going to see fans at SoFi Stadium, and then Panthers and Colts on.
But not very much. I asked a series. It's like, maybe a series. Zaven Collins is one to watch, though. A linebacker they absolutely love. The guy they target in the draft. He's big. He can really, really run, go sideline to sideline. It's going to be fun to watch him. I certainly cannot wait to see his first start tonight. That's going to be kind of fascinating for the Arizona Cardinals. And then for the Dallas Cowboys, I'll give you kind of an under-the-radar name as we switch over to them a little bit. Maurice Canady. He's a corner, bounced around a little bit. Had a really nice camp for the Dallas Cowboys. Secondary is so important. Their ability to cover is so important. He could be a possible 3rd corner, and you got to come to play when the lights come on tonight. We'll see if he does.
Yeah, if Dan Quinn could get some improvements there in the secondary for the Cowboys, certainly initiate that improvement that they're looking for. The Cardinals looking to improve late in the season. They've missed the playoffs the first 2 years of the Kingsbury and Kyler era, but they brought in some big name additions here in the offseason. One of them, A.J. Green. And Hawk, I think a lot of us have forgotten just how lethal A.J. Green, first player in NFL history to be named to the Pro Bowler as a wide receiver the first 7 years of his career. Played all 16 games last year. What are you looking to see from A.J. Green here in 2021?
I'm looking to see him and Kyler develop a rapport that helps this offense as a whole. Obviously, you got D-Hop on the other side. I played with A.J. Green. You're right. People forget how much of a freak A.J. Green is. I mean, the ball skills, his speed, he can still run, he can still jump. He tracks the ball as good as any wide receiver in the league. You got to realize when you're coming off of injury, it takes a little bit of time to get back to full strength. So if you look at the reports of what the Cardinals have been saying about A.J. Green, it seems that he is there. He has a guy in Kyler Murray who can put the ball anywhere and has a live arm. I expect electrifying things from A.J. Green and a little bit of a career recharge in Arizona.
Yeah, he missed 23 games there in 18 and 19, perhaps kicked some of that rust off in 2020 and ready to break out once again here in 2021. Trevor Lawrence, the Jaguars would love if he were to break out. The #1 overall pick will make his debut right here on NFL Network tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern as the Jaguars host the 2018 #1 overall pick and Baker Mayfield. We have a true quarterback competition in Denver. Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater, they've been having joint practices with the Vikings the last few days, and they will put that competition under the training camp spotlight here in the preseason as they get set to play the Vikings tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern, part of a massive quadruple header Saturday here on NFL Network. 4 of our 7 games this weekend, including the doubleheader tonight. 4 on Saturday. We also have the Colts and the Panthers on Sunday. Ian Rappaport rejoining us now with the latest news and notes. The #1 pick for the Ravens this season, Rashad Bateman, banged up. He had a groin injury. What's the latest you can tell us about him, Ian?
Well, Rashad Bateman, the Ravens' first rounder, had surgery to repair a core muscle injury. This, of course, from a couple of days ago when he crumpled down in a heap in practice. That surgery was today. Dr. William Myers performed the procedure, according to colleague Tom Pelissero. He's the nation's expert in core muscle surgeries. Surgery went well. All of that is good. The Ravens have said they hope to see him in September. Timeline could be a little longer, but obviously we shall see. Another interesting veteran now that we are keeping an eye on, Michael Kendricks, the free agent linebacker, visited the San Francisco 49ers today. Kind of quietly, they've been snooping around on the linebacker market. It's clear they believe they have a need there. Kendricks, his legal troubles are over. He was sentenced to just 1 day in jail and a bunch of community service, 300 hours for his insider trading. He is eligible to sign with the Niners. We'll see if they end up doing it.